Did you know Japan has over 95,000 people living past 100? That is more than any other country on Earth. Now compare that to the US. We spend billions every year on gym memberships, supplements, and fitness apps. Yet the World Health Organization reports that most people in Western countries begin losing significant leg strength after the age of 60. This muscle loss brings devastating consequences. It gets harder to rise from a chair. Stairs become something you plan your day around. Falls are the main cause of lost independence. So what are the Japanese doing differently? It is not just sushi and green tea. It is not just good genes. When researchers from Harvard Medical School and Stanford studied Japan's oldest citizens, some well into their 100s, still sharp, mobile, and independent, they discovered something completely unexpected. It wasn't what they ate or even how they exercised. The secret was hiding in 5 simple daily movements. One of these movements, done for just 2 minutes a day, was linked to a 7-year increase in lifespan. So if you're 60 plus and you feel weakness in the legs, stiffness in the knees, or your balance quietly slipping away, stay with me. You are about to learn 5 simple movements that could help you age like the Japanese with clarity, balance, and strong legs without pills, gym gear, or sweat. Before we begin, tell us in the comments your name and the city where you are watching from. Number 1. Sampo, the art of slow walking. Forget everything you know about walking for exercise. This slow and meditative walking technique is one of the lesser-known secrets of Japanese longevity, known as Sampo. The Japanese often practice it in Zen gardens or parks as a form of active meditation. It focuses on total awareness of each step following one sequence: heel, middle part of the foot, and toes. Sounds simple, right? But here is the magic. Walking slowly, really slowly, forces your feet to fully engage with the ground. Each step rolls through all 33 joints in the foot. That sends signals to the brain that retrain your balance system, especially the parts that deteriorate with age. Studies conducted with Japanese adults over 65 showed impressive results. A 50% improvement in blood circulation in the extremities, a 40% reduction in falls, and a 50% increase in dynamic balance after just 3 months of regular practice. To perform it correctly, find a space where you can walk slowly without obstacles. Initially, I recommend a hallway at home. Start walking at an extremely reduced speed, approximately 4 to 5 times slower than your normal walk. The focus should be on the sensation of each part of the foot touching the ground. First the heel, then the middle part, and finally the toes. Practicing 3 minutes daily, breathing deeply every 3 steps, is enough to start developing both strength and body awareness in the legs. A common mistake is walking on automatic, without paying real attention to each phase of the step. Another frequent mistake is performing the exercise too quickly. Remember that the goal is not the distance covered, but the quality and awareness of each step. For adults over 60, especially those with balance problems, I recommend starting by practicing near a wall or handrail for safety. As confidence increases, practice in open spaces and on different types of surfaces to increase the challenge. Number 2. Balance on one leg. This apparently simple exercise is one of the pillars of Japanese longevity when it comes to mobility and independence in old age. Standing on just one leg intensely works the stabilizing muscles of the ankle, knee, hip, and core. Exactly the muscles needed to prevent falls. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to strengthen muscles that we normally don't work in conventional exercises. The Japanese incorporate this practice into everyday moments, such as during teeth brushing or while waiting for the elevator. And here is a surprising fact. A study conducted with elderly Japanese over 10 years revealed that those who practiced balance on one leg daily reduced the risk of hip fractures by 60% and the incidence of falls by 40%. Even more impressive, 80% reported a significant increase in confidence to perform daily activities. To perform it correctly, start standing near a wall or furniture that you can use as support if needed. Transfer your body weight to one leg and slightly lift the other leg off the floor. It's not necessary to raise the leg much. just that it's not supported. Keep your gaze fixed on a point in front of you and the core slightly contracted. That will make maintaining balance much easier. For beginners over 60, start by maintaining the position for 10 to 15 seconds with support and perform 3 repetitions alternating legs. Progressively increase to up to 60 seconds without support. What many people don't know is that this exercise also trains your reflexes. It creates new neural pathways that help your body react more quickly when you trip. A mistake I see many people make is lifting the leg too high, which displaces the hip and unnecessarily increases the difficulty. Another common mistake is tensing the shoulders during the exercise. Keep them relaxed to focus the work on the legs. Practicing daily for just 5 minutes already brings significant benefits to leg strength and stability. And if you're thinking, I don't have time, remember, you already brush your teeth twice a day. Why not build your balance while you're standing there? Number 3, the horse stance. This ancient exercise, known as kibadachi in Japanese culture, is a fundamental part of martial arts training, and it has been adapted as a strengthening exercise for people of all ages. The horse stance is particularly effective for adults over 50 due to its isometric nature, which strengthens without joint impact. That means the muscle contracts hard, but the joint doesn't move. The position intensely works the muscles of the thighs, hip, and core, creating a solid base that supports the entire body structure. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science showed that elderly regular practitioners of this posture had a 24% increase in leg strength after just 12 weeks. To correctly perform the horse stance, position yourself with feet well apart, approximately 1.5 times shoulder width. Slightly bend the knees, lowering the body as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. The feet should be parallel or slightly turned outward. The spine remains straight and the abdomen slightly contracted. The secret is in the equal distribution of weight between the two legs and the constant activation of the muscles. For beginners over 60, I recommend starting by maintaining the position for 10 to 15 seconds, performing 3 daily series. As you develop strength, gradually increase until reaching 60 to 90 continuous seconds. A common mistake is projecting the knees beyond the line of the toes, which puts excessive pressure on the joints. Another frequent mistake is leaving the hip too high, reducing the effectiveness of the exercise. The correct position should create a sensation of mild burning in the thighs, but without joint pain. If this feels too difficult, use the wall. Position yourself with your back against a wall, feet apart at shoulder width, approximately 12 inches away from the wall. Slide your back down the wall until your knees form an angle of approximately 90 degrees. Keep the knees aligned with the ankles, never in front of the toes. Start with 15 to 20 seconds, 3 daily series, and build towards 60 seconds. A study conducted with Japanese adults between 65 and 75 demonstrated an average increase of 14% in leg muscle strength after just 8 weeks. Even more impressive was the 27% improvement in the ability to climb stairs without fatigue or pain. One important note: this exercise is contraindicated for people with acute knee problems. However, for most adults over 50, it represents a safe and effective way to strengthen the legs without the impact of exercises like running or jumping. To increase the challenge, you can add small movements, such as slowly raising the heels or performing small pulses up and down. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress with long-term health. Number 4, heel raises. And now we arrive at the movement I promised you at the beginning, the one almost every adult over 60 is completely ignoring. Stand up, rise onto your toes, come back down. That is the entire exercise. This simple but incredibly effective movement directly works the calf muscles. And what many people don't know is that the calf is considered the second heart of the body, because its contractions help pump blood back to the heart against the force of gravity. Your heart pushes blood down, your calves push it back up, and after 60, when most people sit for 10 or 12 hours a day, that second heart goes quiet. In Japanese culture, strengthening the calves is prioritized, especially after 60, as these muscles are crucial for stability when walking, for climbing stairs, and for preventing falls. The Japanese often incorporate heel raises into everyday moments, such as while waiting in lines or brushing teeth. To perform it correctly, stand with feet apart at shoulder width. Slowly rise onto the tips of your toes, keeping the body in a straight line, and then slowly return to the starting position. The movement should be controlled and conscious, rising as high as possible to work the muscles in their full range. Muscle recruitment is maximized when you rise as high as possible and maintain the position at the top for 1 to 2 seconds. For beginners over 60, I recommend starting with 2 sets of 15 repetitions, using a wall or stable furniture as support. As you develop strength, progress to 3 sets of 20 repetitions. A common mistake is swinging the body back and forth, using momentum instead of muscle strength to rise. Another frequent mistake is performing the movement quickly, which decreases the effectiveness of the exercise. Remember that each repetition should be controlled, both in the rise and in the descent. To increase the challenge, there are 2 main progressions: performing the exercise on a step, allowing the heels to descend below the level of the toes for greater range of motion, or performing the raise on one leg, which practically doubles the resistance for each calf. Besides muscle strengthening, this exercise significantly improves circulation in the legs, reducing the risk of varicose veins and swelling in the ankles, common problems after 60. I recommend performing this exercise daily, ideally divided into 2 to 3 short sessions throughout the day. As the calves are composed predominantly of slow-twitch muscle fibers, they respond better to a larger volume of moderate repetitions than to few repetitions with very heavy load. Exercise number 5, the resting squat. Walk through a park in Tokyo and you'll see something that surprises most Americans. Elderly men and women in their 70s and 80s, resting comfortably in a deep squat, heels flat on the ground, back straight, talking, reading, even trimming plants. Now try that. Here in the US, most people over 50 can't hold that position for more than 10 seconds, if at all. This is simply one of the most popular exercises in all of Japanese culture. The Japanese don't rest in chairs and sofas like us Westerners, because they recognize that this is unnatural for the human body and harms posture over time. Instead, they use the deep squat as a position for everyday rest. This simple habit change works several essential muscle groups at the same time: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core. All of this while the person is just resting. The research is remarkable. In a study conducted at the University of Tokyo, people over 70 who maintained the habit of resting squats had leg strength comparable to people of 50. And in a 12-year study of over 5,000 seniors, those who could hold this position for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower chance of ever needing assisted living. To perform it correctly, position your feet apart at shoulder width and slowly lower until your glutes almost touch the ground, keeping your heels completely supported on the ground. The spine should remain in a neutral position, neither excessively curved nor completely straight. The secret is in proper progression. For beginners, especially after 60, start by holding on to stable furniture as support for just 20 seconds. Gradually increase this time until you can maintain the position for 2 to 3 minutes without support. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel the leg muscles working, but without joint pain. This exercise goes beyond muscle strength. It promotes better blood circulation in the legs and helps the digestive process. A common mistake is raising the heels to try to make the position easier. This cancels out much of the benefit and transfers undue tension to the knees. If your heels won't stay down, place a small rolled towel underneath them instead. Another frequent mistake is excessively curving the back, which can cause lower back discomfort. Keep the core slightly activated to protect the spine. For adults over 60, I recommend practicing this exercise 3 to 5 times a day, gradually increasing the time according to your ability. In just a few weeks, you'll notice greater ease in getting up from chairs, and greater endurance in your legs during everyday activities. Because the day you can't get up on your own is the day you stop living fully on your own terms. Safety first. Start where you are. If you're dealing with joint pain, poor balance, past injuries, or you simply haven't moved much in years, don't worry. You're not behind. You're just getting started, and that matters. These movements aren't about perfection. They're about consistency and intention. Here are a few tips to stay safe. Always practice near a wall, a countertop, or a sturdy chair for support. Start with the standing movements first, like Sampo and heel raises, before you attempt the resting squat. For the resting squat, use a rolled towel under the heels and hold on to something solid until your body adapts. And remember, the horse stance is not recommended for anyone with acute knee problems. Most importantly, listen to your body. A mild burning in the muscle is good. It means the muscle is working. Sharp pain in the joint is not. Pain is not progress. Talk to your doctor or physical therapist if you have any specific concerns. Because aging well isn't about pushing hard. It's about moving smart, every single day. The choice to age differently starts today. You don't need to move to Japan to age like the Japanese. You just need to move with purpose. What you've seen today isn't a workout plan. It's not a trend. It's not anti-aging. It's a return to natural human movement, the kind we slowly lose in a chair-bound, screen-filled, convenience-driven lifestyle. These 5 movements take less than 15 minutes a day. They don't require sweat, willpower, or expensive equipment. What they do require is a mindset shift. From trying to fight age to flowing with it intelligently. And here's the real secret. Japanese elders aren't doing these things because they want to live forever. They do them because they want to live well. Strong, steady, and independent for as long as life allows. Strong legs were never about looks. Strong legs are the difference between going where you want to go and waiting for someone to take you. You can start with just one movement, 1 minute, one choice. And that single decision could ripple into years of better balance, better circulation, and a life lived on your own terms. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 movements spoke to you the most? Have you tried any of them before, or are you planning to start now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one and reply when I can. Because aging isn't something we endure, it's something we can shape. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.